Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jake from the Brotherhood account, and for this week we are given a free topic. There's a few things that I kind of wanted to go over with you guys. Before they do that though, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel that you're on right now, as well as our Instagram account if you haven't already. Without further ado, I'm just going to just jump right into it. So I quickly just wanted to give a shout out to the guys over at the Brotherhood account. I am super honored and grateful to be part of the team and be able to have my opinions heard and expressed, and I couldn't even fathom how happy I am that I'm able to do this for you guys and to be here and to even have this different support group, even though I think most of them are in the United States and I'm over here in Canada, and we are just usually messaging each other. We're able to have this open communication and this open trust, and we're able to articulate our thoughts in a way that isn't misunderstood, which I know in forms of text and communication, there are a lot of areas that get misunderstood or misinterpreted, and they're just so amazing and great and just able to say what they mean. And if we don't understand each other or if things need to be clarified, we're both able to do that, all five of us. And I'm honestly so grateful that we're able to do this and I'm part of this team. When I wanted to join the Brotherhood account, I was almost 5 years on testosterone, and it took me 4 years on testosterone to really want to be able to be open with everybody and to express how I feel. Honestly, I hid myself for a very, very long time. I hated myself for a very long time. I didn't want to say I was trans. I didn't want people to know who I was. I was very embarrassed and ashamed, and I did a lot of self-loathing. And within the last year, even on my personal account, I've been able to come out further and really express myself and share my feelings and my stories and my experiences and things like that. And then when I saw that the Brotherhood account was looking for another guy, I really wanted to be a part of that. And I'm so grateful and honored that I'm able to be a part of their team and to be able to be here for you guys and talk to you guys and let you guys know my experiences and my personal opinions. And I really do appreciate that, because I've just wanted nothing more than to help other people, because I know what it's like to sit back and hate yourself and not have help. And that's really why I want to do this. So I'm really, really grateful, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. Honestly, I couldn't be more happier. And another thing I wanted to talk about quickly was just kind of a thing that I said in my last video. I don't think I meant it the way it was said. I do have a hard time kind of articulating things that I want to say. I hear it really well in my head, and then I say it, and it's not always what I mean. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to do some self-reflection. That's something that I struggled a lot with in the past. I wasn't able to do self-reflection, and I'm able to do that a lot now and just really look back on situations or things that I might have said and be like, okay, I could have said this or I couldn't have said that, or now I'm able to change certain things. So when I'm presented with those opportunities or new experiences, I'm able to really self-reflect and go back to, what I could have done, and I'm able to present myself with new information now. So I'm really grateful that that's something I'm able to do, and that's kind of what I did looking back on my other video, because I said the term lesbian sex that might have been the wrong term to use, and it wasn't necessarily how I meant it the way I said it. So just kind of a reminder, you know what I mean? Everything that I say is very personal to myself. I'm not the sole voice of the trans community, so just because I say it doesn't mean it's going to relate or it's going to be your experience. For my last video, it was in the perspective of my girlfriend, and before she started dating me, she did come from a cisgendered relationship, a straight relationship. So for her, in her mind, it was cisgendered sex, and then the closest thing that I could possibly relate to with her and for her was the term lesbian sex. And the way we discussed it was just kind of we decided that that was the best term to use because it was able to differentiate the two, I guess. She doesn't see it as lesbian sex. I know we joke around about that and stuff like that, but she doesn't see me as a trans man and lesbian sex. Those things they don't relate with each other. She doesn't see me as a lesbian. She doesn't see me as a girl that wants to dress up as a guy. She just sees me as Jake. She sees me as a man, and that's how our relationship is. We have very, very open and great communication about those types of things, which I really do appreciate. But yeah, so I know I don't like to give labels, and I did kind of say that in the beginning of the video. Labels are for food, they're not for people, and I really could care less about boxing people into little categories, but I do understand for the sake of that video, it was a little bit easier for us to kind of box people in and give categories and things like that. But I did just want to clear up that, you know, lesbian sex isn't what transgender men do. For my case personally, that is something that my girlfriend and I are more comfortable about talking about and that we're able to relate more towards. But like I said, that's just us personally, and it's not for everybody. So I just kind of want to clear up that identity mishap and stuff like that, just so that I'm not like saying something that maybe someone didn't really relate to or wasn't really coherent and things like that. For my third and final topic, I did kind of want to talk a little bit about self-love, which kind of flows in through from the other past 2 weeks, because we were talking about self-love as in ourselves and partners and things like that, and it's kind of a topic that I didn't really touch so much on, especially when I was able to talk about myself personally. I didn't really talk about it, and I regret not talking about it because it's something that I definitely struggle with every single day, and it's something that I don't really share all too often. I do talk about my mental health a lot, and I do talk about my sexual identity and things like that a lot on my personal Instagram, but talking about my insecurities is something that I don't really necessarily discuss. My biggest insecurities obviously would be my height. I'm 5'6". I don't think it's super short, but I don't think it's very tall either, and I am very insecure about it. It bothers me when people point it out. It bothers me when I'm putting on clothes. It bothers me when I'm trying to buy suits. It bothers me like just looking at myself in the mirror and then comparing myself to my brothers and sisters, because like my mom's taller than me, my sisters are taller than me. I have like one sister that's a bit shorter than I am, but she's just a very small, compact person anyway, so it just suits her. But for me, it's just kind of like, I do a lot of this comparing and stuff like that, and it really bothers me, and I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't compare myself, because there's a lot of cisgendered people, and I have cisgender friends that are the same height as me or even shorter, so like I don't really need to worry so much about those things as much as I should worry about, you know, how kind I am to somebody else, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really think that my appearance should matter as much as my heart, and I feel like that's something that I'm always trying to expand. I'm always trying to love more and appreciate more and really just put myself out there more for people. I think it's something that I should be more focused on than my appearance and my height and things like that. Although I would definitely say that my appearance is something that I do obviously struggle with. Like most transgender men, I do struggle with the bottom half. It definitely doesn't match kind of how I feel otherwise. But not only do I struggle with being naked and taking my clothes off and looking under here, it's also kind of like my face as well bothers me. I don't think I'm like a super ugly person, but I don't know, there's just things about my face that really bother me, and it's kind of like the first thing that people see, so I'm very self-conscious about it. I wish I could change it. I guess there's certain things I can change. I can get surgeries for things, but I don't know, I guess I'm lazy. I don't want to get surgery. So one of the biggest things, other than like all my other dysphoric things, would be my jaw, my mouth. It shifts a little bit to one side. It hangs off. So I don't know if you've noticed, but my mouth shifts kind of this way when I speak. I definitely notice every time I make a video, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Hope other people aren't seeing that. And maybe you didn't notice it before. Now every time I make a video, you're going to be like looking at my mouth. So yeah, I was playing football and the guy drop kicked the ball and it hit me up in my chin. It popped my jaw out of place, gave me a really bad concussion, and my jaw eventually popped back into place, but my teeth weren't ever able to sit properly against each other. They're always just kind of like this, and it's really embarrassing because every time I go to the dentist, they're always like, put your jaw properly back like this, and I'm like, I can't. It's just like that. So like, yeah, it's like off. So I don't know, it's just kind of like embarrassing and things, but it's, you know, my girlfriend kind of tells me it's like quirky or cute, so I don't really get too bogged down about it or bothered about it and things like that. One of the other things that kind of bothers me about my face is my psoriasis. I do have a patch here that is very flared up. I didn't want to make a video because I was super embarrassed about it, but it gets flared up when I'm very stressed or when it's wintertime, which it is right now. It's like snowing out, and it actually looks really beautiful, but not for my face. And I do use creams and things like that, but again, like I wish it was like other places of my body and not right dead center here. And sometimes people like look at me weird, and you know, they always ask like, did you get hit? What's wrong with you? Why's your face so red, kind of thing. You know, so it is kind of embarrassing and things like that. But the most embarrassing thing about my face, I know I'm pointing all this stuff out to you guys, and I'm gonna hate myself for doing this. But the thing I'm most insecure about would be my eyes. I have ptosis, which is the medical term for drooping or slanted eyelids. If you guys are a fan of Tegan and Sarah, Tegan Quinn explains the diagnosis like in a very hilarious way, and that's basically what I have. I have trauma or damage to my, I think it was the optical nerve, and behind this eye, so it makes my eyelid more droopy and slanted. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but yeah, it's like kind of like sleepy, I guess. It is something that I get kind of upset about, especially when people point it out. I get a lot of like, why is one eye bigger than the other? Why do you have a bulging eye? Because they think this is my bulging eye, like, because this one somewhat looks normal, like if I just went like this. But like they think this is a bulging eye, and then I have this underneath, so like, what is wrong with your face? And you know, and it definitely hurts my feelings. I haven't cried over it, but I definitely do get like bogged down about it a lot. I could get surgery to cut in behind and tighten the nerve, but that like scares me, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna have like this super like sex eye, you know, it's like that. But yeah, that's just gonna be my face and whatever. It's something that can obviously change, but again, like, you know, it's money, it's a procedure, it's surgery. I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have a different type of procedure done than my eye. So I guess I couldn't really complain about, you know, beggars can't be choosers, but yeah, it's definitely something I am insecure about, and I don't really like about my face. You know, especially because I think eyes are kind of like the windows to people's souls, and then, you know, like I have this one droopy sex eye slanted thing going on. It's just kind of like embarrassing for me. So it's something that, you know, I don't really point out to people. I don't even have to point it out because everyone notices it anyways. But I am kind of embarrassed. I did just point out all my flaws to you guys. But yeah, those are them, and something that I'm very insecure about, and it does make me kind of hard. I'm not saying that harder to love myself, but when I am feeling very dysphoric about my bottom half, like basically my neck and down, and then for me to look at myself in the mirror and then point out all these little things I don't like, it makes it even more hard. And I'm like, fuck, like there's really nothing that I can find attractive or pleasant or nice about myself, and then I get even more dysphoric and everything else. So it's just kind of like this domino effect of bullshit, really, that goes on. But honestly, I really don't think that labels are important. I don't think people's appearances are important. I mean, cool if you're attractive, but if you're just an asshole, like there's nothing else to you kind of thing. I really think that our hearts are the biggest things that we should be correcting on or fixing on, or really just like amplifying on, and things like that. Like, you know, I don't believe that people need to be so fixated on this Instagram thing or this Facebook thing and looking a certain way and acting a certain way and things like that, when it's really just like what's in your heart, what you give to other people, and how beautiful and amazing you are, kind of like in private as well as out in public and things like that, you know. I do struggle a lot looking on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this guy has his top surgery, or oh, this guy has a better beard, or oh, this guy has nice eyes, or he has thicker eyebrows, or some dumb thing like that, you know. But I just really need to focus on loving myself and being like, I'm an amazing person and I have a big heart, you know, and I need to share that with the world and stop worrying so much about like my appearance, because half the time people don't care about your appearance. People don't care about your height or the way you look or the way you identify. It's really just how you act and your heart, you know. Like I just keep saying, it's all about your heart. And on Instagram, you know, that is something that I do try to relate to on my personal feeds and things like that, you know. Like I don't always talk about the good things that happen in my life. I do talk about the darker experiences and things like that. I do show the darkness in my life, and I don't always talk about, you know, like, oh, look, I'm doing this, like, I'm so amazing, things like that, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to give this misinterpretation of how I am. Like, you know, like, I go to school, I have a girlfriend, I suffer from depression, I have borderline personality disorder, so, like, those things all come together and make me who I am as an individual. And like, not every single day is a good day. Like I do have really bad days. Like sometimes my dysphoria is really bad. Sometimes I really hate myself. My depression's gone crazy. Sometimes, you know, like I just want to like yell and scream. And then other days, like I'm having a good day. It's bright, it's sunny, it's beautiful, you know. And I don't think I need to always be happy and things like that. And I do try on my Instagram to make sure that I am presenting myself as real as possible. And that's really what I'm trying to do. Sorry, these plows are really distracting outside. There's like no snow on the ground. They're deciding to plow like the concrete. I don't even know, but whatever. I guess they get paid, so whatever. But anyways, what I'm saying is that really it just comes down to yourself, and it really doesn't matter what everyone else says. The world can be very ugly and hateful, and I think you are a beautiful and amazing person, and we all just need to do some self-reflection and self-love and just really accept who we are as individuals. I know that is easier than said than done. Trust me, I believe it. But you are so amazing. You are so beautiful, just exactly perfectly the way you are, with all your imperfections and flaws. You are amazing, and you just need to look in the mirror and pick that one tiny thing that you absolutely love about yourself. If you can't find anything, just find that one thing that you love, because I go through Instagram all the time and I'm looking at you guys, and you guys are so beautiful. You guys are so fucking amazing. I'm like, how do you guys not see this? You know, like, how do you not see how amazing you are? And you just really, really, really need to open your eyes up and look at yourself and not look at everybody else. Just look at you. Do it right now. As soon as this video is done, just go and look at yourself in the mirror, because you're fucking sexy. Okay? You're amazing. Your heart is amazing. Your soul is amazing. You are a great individual, and you really, 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 really just need to see that and appreciate yourself and love yourself. And it doesn't matter about anything else. It doesn't matter about your labels, and it doesn't matter about your appearance, because in the end, it's all about your heart. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys listening to my little rants. And stay humble, guys. Thank you.